I don't know. I love everything that's happening now in terms of the dating life. Like, it just feels like there's a movement forward for our society. Do you think that? I think anytime you feel you have any heaviness around substances, seek therapy, because I think it's really amazing what it can do for you. You know?
That's such a nice warm note.
Isn't it?
Yeah, if only they knew you as a person.
I know. If only they knew us in the green room and the lack of warmth and the. No.
But I feel like
pretty
I'm
warm.
so much closer to comics that I don't know than I am to family that I've lived with all my life.
Oh my God, because of, I swear to God, I literally feel like, I feel like I didn't say that exact thing, but I was in this is 3-4 years ago, in a green room. The conversation went from, hi, I'm Radhika, hi, I'm so-and-so, to 20 minutes later, depression.
Yeah.
And I was
time.
like, that's amazing that I didn't even think it was weird, because I've been working with artistic people for so long. I think we do all have a connection. We understand that we're all probably dealing with somewhat of the same stuff that drives us to do some of this shit. And so when it comes up in a conversation, we're not ashamed to admit it or talk about it.
I think it's also like, it's almost like we're all pretending like, oh guys, this is a joke I'm working on. So I know.
Yeah, exactly.
And we try to like take it out through that. But it's an effective tool.
Yeah, it is. It is therapeutic, I think, a lot of the time, right? To write about. I follow this guy on Instagram. He's really funny. His name is Freddie Birdie. He's not a comedian, but he's a writer. And he wrote something. He said, we take photographs of things we want to remember, but we write when we want to forget, which is true. I never want to forget anything, by the way. Like, I feel like everything is... I never want to forget anything because I don't know when it's going to be useful to me. But I understand what he means by that, is that, you write so that you can move through it.
Yeah, it's how you process the thing.
Yeah.
It's weird how being on stage and telling strangers about it can become a really great way to process a thing. Because for me, it's like I spent so many years thinking that I was the only person who felt the way I did. Like that alienation is so strong that every time a whole room laughs at the fact that, oh yes, loss, I felt loss, you have felt loss, and then it becomes like I become more confident with my own feelings, and you start feeling like you're not alone. And I think that's the hardest part in today's day and age.
I agree. I completely agree. I mean, like, I think just the way the world is, and the way technology has evolved, and the way socializing has evolved, it's so cloistered. It's almost like, in the olden days when I was a kid, you went out with your group of friends and you met boys and you could talk about like, oh, what do you think of him and what do you think of... Now it feels like you're on an app and you still have the same thing. You're WhatsApping pictures and profiles to people, but it's not the same thing. So it can lead to in a way it's amazing because I don't know. I love everything that's happening now in terms of the dating life. Like, it just feels like there's a movement forward for our society. Do you think that? Like, I don't know. I'm not young and I don't date, but like, do you feel it's more open for women? You know what I mean? Like,
it's much better for women.
It's
much
right?
better for people like me who have anxiety, who don't have the means to go and talk to a person in public without getting an anxiety attack. It's safer. I think
it is safer in a weird way. Yeah, I agree. Like, I think a lot of older people are like, you're just going to meet someone online and be like, we used to meet people in bars and restaurants and put ourselves in there. So it's the same fucking. I think it's not less safe. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the people leave a digital footprint way more now than they used to, So
this is true.
You can look people up, and it's beyond a point. It's very difficult to have a fake profile if you have 6 years of Instagram. You know what? My generation is that generation. We all had Instagram in our early 20s also. So
yes, and in fact, it's a nice warning sign if someone doesn't have a digital footprint. You're like, I don't think I'm going on this date.
Plus, like for me, I think the only time I go out is for work. I don't leave the house unless it's for comedy, because it's a harrowing experience to leave the house with the anxiety anyway. It's gotten better over the years, but now what does it matter? Anyway, and when you go out and you work as a comic, the most people you meet are while you're at work.
Yeah.
I mean, they're there for a show, but you're there for work. So then, my dick is off.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to meet a prospective mate at my job, you know.
Yeah,
So then
yeah.
the only I crave context. So on a dating
Yeah.
app, I know the context here is very well defined, and there's no, because it really fucks with me, the power dynamic, you know, when your a fan is coming and being flirty with you, you know, it feels very fucked up. Like it
It is
doesn't
weird,
feel like,
right?
yeah, because
It took me a while. It took me a little while. Well, no, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're single or married. I mean, I think we all know that. I mean, feelings are feelings, right? It took me a while to know. To even like get that that's the vibe. Like for a while initially when you start doing this, you don't think of yourself as a comedian and them as your fans. You just think of them as like audience members who are like,
Yeah.
maybe think you're quite hot, but then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this is how you are after this is they've been watching you on stage own the fucking room for an hour.
Yeah.
Of course they think you're hot. Like
Exactly.
it doesn't, that's all that it is. And if they get to know you beyond this, they're going to immediately know you're not hot. And so enjoy this moment and walk away peacefully, and be cool about it. I remember I did a show and a friend of mine came to watch it, and after that she and I were going to go hang out because this was in Goa. And this one guy came to me after the show and he was like, where are you staying? I want to send some wine. I have a winery. And like totally charming guy and whatever. And I was like, thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. And we left. And my friend was like, was he hitting on you? And I'm like, no, that's what's called a fan moment. And by the way, if you had asked me this 5 years ago, I'd have been like, oh, totally hitting on me. But he's not hitting on me. It's how you feel when you finish watching someone. I feel like that. Like for me, that's the feeling I have when I finish watching somebody on stage for an hour. I'm like, but now I know the difference. So you're right. It is interesting that you crave context and you get it in today's world. You actually know exactly what's what. But can I tell you something? That should have been the way it always was. Because let me tell you, I mean, all the shit that's happening now with Chris D'Elia and whatnot, like all these guys who've been busy texting their young fucking fans, allegedly. I don't know. I feel like, a lot of us don't have the wits about us.